All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Rotaract Cooking Class, experiencing the flavors of Venezuela. My name is Lenard Sciancalepore. I am the current president of the Adelaide University Rotaract. For those who don't know what Rotaract is the youth division, the younger people's version of an international organization called Rotary International. We are community leaders, business professionals, students, young people in the community wanting to make a difference and help those who are in need. Our club started in around 2010, and we've been doing a whole bunch of different things in the community ever since. So these Rotaract cooking classes came out of the COVID pandemic, but it looks like they're going to definitely be staying. We are bringing this cooking class in collaboration with the Multicultural Communities Council of South Australia, which is the peak body of multicultural communities in the state, and their program called Successful Communities, which also brings community leaders together to learn, share knowledge, resources about how we can build stronger communities and develop better leaders. We are also here with the Latin American Society of South Australia and the head of LASSA, Eduardo Donoso. Eduardo, would you like to give a little overview into the activities of LASSA and tell us what kind of things does LASSA do?
Yeah, thank you for that, Leonard. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, now LASSA is actually a very new organization. It's only 6 months old as operating, but we got about 32 active members now, which is quite an achievement. We probably got another 45 waiting to become members. Mm-hmm. We're doing it a bit different, it's by invitation more than actually the typical membership the organizations actually do have. But we got sort of formed to assist more on the skill migration. Unfortunately, and or fortunately, perhaps, depends on how you see it, due to the pandemic, we sort of diverted to assist and support as much as, we are able to do so to the international student community and working holiday visa, temporary visas in general, people they actually are stuck here because they can't go back to their countries in Latin America. So we're doing that, and so far we have probably helped or assisted close to 550 people, which is quite a large number for an organization that's only, just started. So we form an alliance with the Red Cross. We actually work with Food Bank. We also working with Relationship Australia, ARA, Australian Refugee Association, and there's a couple other organizations now that they are assisting us. Recently, AWF, which is actually Australian Wholesale Food in South Australia. They are the guys that actually provide woolies and Cokes of the, sort of pre-made, pre-mix and sort of type of food. So far we do these deliveries every week, about 25 addresses. Apart from that, LASSA is actually working on a pretty sort of sophisticated portal for employment. We're hoping to be launching that next week or the week after. So the idea is to bring the industry to see what the Latin American, sort of population here in South Australia can offer. Mm-hmm. We just become members of MCCSA. So we actually bring in the industry into LASSA. Mm-hmm. We met for the first time with 180 companies a couple of weeks back. So participation is sort of something that we are trying to do quite effectively. Mm-hmm. Secondly, or thirdly, is the well-being. We got Eti Garavelli, which is actually acting CEO at the moment, and she's doing an incredible job with well-being and supporting of, especially on the sort of women's side, you know, with domestic violence and a number of other things, but in general, well-being and resilience. So yeah, that's what sort of keep us busy. We are promoting more LASSA into the Latin American organizations. We're here to support more than actually to compete for the audience. And I think that that's something that we hope is going to bring a lot of the Latin American communities within South Australia a bit closer. So that's what we do, Lenard.
Thank you so much, Eduardo. And it's an absolute pleasure as well to be partnering with LASSA for this cooking class. Thank you so much for being involved. Now, we also have some very special people with us today. I'd like to direct everyone's attention to our chefs of the day. Can we have as well Gloria Cisneros and Ruth Pares? So Gloria Cisneros is representing the Venezuelan Association.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hola. So Gloria is an active volunteer with the Marion City Council, and Gloria came to Australia to follow in her a new life and to share the enticing flavors of Venezuelan cuisine and her new community. So everyone, will you please welcome Gloria?
Hello. Thank you.
Fantastic. So Gloria and Ruth, would you like to tell us a little bit about the Venezuelan community?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Ruth. I'm Venezuelan. I've been in Adelaide for 10 years. Actually, the 22nd of August this month, which is my mom's birthday, will be my 10th year anniversary here in Australia. Hence, the beautiful mixture between Australia and Venezuela's flags. The Venezuelan community in Adelaide, it's ever growing. You know, 10 years ago when I first arrived here, we were possibly about 300 maybe or so families in Adelaide. We are nowadays close to about, I would say, not officially, but I would say anything between 600 to 800 people or families here in Australia. As you know, or not in Australia, sorry, here in Adelaide. As you know, the Venezuelan situation, it's unfortunately not the best in terms of economics and politics happening in our country. And a lot of the Venezuelans have decided to flee. So Venezuela is well known to be a country that used to receive migrants. So when we had World War I and II, and a lot of European, especially Italian and Portuguese, flee to Venezuela, we've been receiving people from Colombia, Ecuador, Peru throughout the years. But it seems that the last 15 years or so, it's our turn to leave our beautiful country. I'm sorry, I'm just about to cry. And move on to other places. And we're very grateful of places like Australia who have opened up their frontiers to us. The Venezuelan Association started about 7 or 8 years ago in Melbourne, where a group of people decided that they needed to do something to showcase our culture and everything that we have to offer, and also to preserve part of what we have to offer to the world. So they've started over there, and here in Adelaide, we started in a very difficult time for our country 3 years ago. And the first arepaso that we've ever made was a fundraising event where we were selling arepas, which is kind of one of our national dish. And we set ourselves to sell and fundraise $1,000. And we actually did almost $6,000 in less than 3 hours. So that was very touching for the Venezuelan community, but it also raised the need that the Venezuelan community and a lot of people around needed to know about the truth of our country. So we started to do activities And we set out to create spaces for the community and especially the kids to be able to speak the language, get a chance to share some of our cultures and some of our flavors especially. So we've done a lot of fundraising activities to send money back home to very needed funds. But we've also tried to involve as much as possible within other communities and collaborate with other communities. We are recently working with the ever first refugees to arrive to Australia from Venezuela. And we've been working with them since they started to arrive last year. So that's kind of the stuff that we've done as a Venezuelan association. I'm also proud volunteer of LASSA, which is, I think, a very important organization that has just recently been created, as Eduardo pointed out, because I think it's time for not only the Venezuelan Association, the Peruvian Association, all of the associations that we have to keep doing the beautiful works that we do, but also to come together and really start forming and collaborating amongst each other. So I'm very, very proud to be able to be here as a Venezuelan, but also as a volunteer of LASSA. And of course, alongside this beautiful woman, my mom, who at a very advanced age decided that she was gonna leave her country and come to Australia. She's a lawyer back home and has worked as a secretary most of the life. I'm trying to raise my brother and I, single mother, and graduated after 35 years a lawyer. And that shows, you know what, when you set out to do things, you can still accomplish it, no matter how long it takes. Sorry, I'm emotional.
No, that's all right.
And in addition, she loves cooking and she does it very well. And she decided, well, she'll help out and show you guys how to do what we love to eat, which is something that is called empanadas. Empanadas is not an everyday dish, as you will see. It takes a little bit, but we'll definitely enjoy it when we eat them. My mom doesn't speak much English, so she'll be saying a lot of things in Spanish, and I'll most likely translate. The other thing is, I know that you would have received some recipes.
Yes.
So please use those as a guideline. She doesn't cook with any of them. And she taught me to cook with love. And that's the secret ingredient of Venezuelan food. Mm-hmm. So we really just follow our hearts and our tastes. So whatever tastes good, that's good enough for us.
That's fantastic.
Without further ado, I don't want to delay us more, so I'm conscious of time. We shall start. So I'm going to give the floor to my mom, and I'll translate. Please ask questions. We might not necessarily go straight as the recipe said, as I mentioned, but the important thing is just to have fun, I guess. Okay? Mama?
Thank you.
What are you going to say?
Mi nombre es Gloria. My name is Gloria Cisneros. Is my daughter. And she is my daughter. I am cooking, but is no professional, no master, no master chef, but is cooking. Is daily is okay. Is welcome to my chicken kitchen.
So as you see, it's at Gloria's kitchen, in her apron, and this is our kitchen. I've never really cooked in here. This is going to be my first time because it is her kitchen after all.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. So she's going to start with the dough that we make for empanadas, because ideally you want to let it rest for a bit. Oh, one other thing, we have a beautiful volunteer from LASSA here. Her name is Lisette, and she's actually helping us with the camera and making the close-up so that you can have a little bit of a better look. So if you ever want to see, just keep an eye on Lisette because she will make it a bit of close-ups.
I think, can everybody see the spotlight as well, the close-up version? Should be highlighted. Okay, fantastic. That's great. So this is the chicken. And also, can I just say, if everyone can please, just really quickly, please unmute your microphones, just really quick. Gloria and Ruth, I'd just like to say thank you so much for sharing that. I think that deserves a round of applause for everything that you've done for us. And for sharing your story. Gracias por compartir tu historia. Muchas gracias. Okay,
So,
anyway.
She's putting some, a little bit warm water. You don't want it hot. Agua tibia.
Okay, so one more.
She's doing 2 cups, I believe. Dos tazas?
2 tazas.
Okay.
So
harina pan is a very well used flour. It's a staple for us. Basically, this is something that we cook. It normally comes in two different colors. So this one is what we call the yellow flour, okay? But normally it's a white flour, and that's what we make arepas with. So she's putting about half a spoon of salt. And there's gonna be as well a little bit of sugar.
¿Cuántas son de azúcar, no?
Dos.
Sugar as well in the water, is it? Okay, I see, yep.
And again, the sugar you might, change depending on how sweet. Empanadas are usually a little bit sweeter than arepas, for instance.
What do you mean?
So you can see that the flour is very loose. And this is corn flour, so if you are gluten-free, it's actually very good because it doesn't have any gluten in it. Okay.
So that's just 1 cup of corn flour?
About 1.5.
1.5 cups of corn
Again,
flour.
we normally don't follow this recipe.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. And so in Venezuela, we use our hands a lot.
Of course.
And so my mom is actually going to start mixing it up with her hands. However, I have seen techniques in the past of people actually using spoons or something else. But we prefer She said that that's going to be too little. So she's going to do double the portions. I'm going to put some more water.
Okay.
Déjalo entre, a ver, no se vaya.
Okay, so not double.
La de harina.
And so just added 1 of water, and we're gonna do another 1 of flour. Now,
Okay.
el truco acá, ¿cómo es? El que no te queden grumos, ¿no?
Sí.
Tienes que hablar, mami.
Sí, es amasarla y que no queden grumitos ni nada. Y hay que dejarla reposar para que ella, la harina se integre con el agua.
Okay, so what she's saying is that the trick in here is, Lisa, can you point out and see how you can see some little balls? So you want to get rid of those balls as you are mixing up, okay?
Okay.
Because you don't want it to have those balls or those lumps.
Yo creo que
And she's asking me to put a little bit of salt, so just, again, to taste. And the other thing that she mentioned is once you've done it, and this is one thing that you want to do first, is because you want to let it rest for a little bit, okay, before you actually start making the empanadas.
Oh.
It's lucky that this is being recorded as well, because this will go to our YouTube channel, so we can watch the mastery as well.
¿Más? Esa es toda una taza, dime si van a necesitar más.
Yo creo que está ahí, vamos a esperar y esperamos a ver cómo está dentro de un ratico.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is at the moment what we've done to the recipe is we added an extra cup of water and an extra cup of the harina pan. And she's saying that we're gonna let it rest now and we're gonna wait. She's actually gonna start, the dough is gonna start getting a little bit harder. So when you're making the dough, you don't want it to be too hard because it's gonna get harder as it rests. ¿Quieres como ponerte más o menos una vuelta y mostrarles cómo se ve así en la mano? Hazle así.
Okay, let's see.
Tiene que ser más.
Pero cuando descanse. Okay. All right. So what are we gonna do next? ¿Qué vamos a hacerles ahora?
Ahora, mójame eso para guardarla, para ponerle en la tapa.
So what she's doing in here is she gets one of these and we are getting it damped, so it's a little bit, you know, has a little bit of water. And then we're just gonna cover this, or we're gonna put this on top of the dough so that it doesn't really dry out.
Okay. And so how long would it need to rest for?
¿Cuánto tiempo necesita descansar más o menos? About 15 minutes or so.
50, okay.
Yeah.
50?
15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
15 minutos. Vamos a montar las caratas.
Eso sería lo.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is the black beans. And prior to this, she had me, listen, maybe here. Prior to this, so these are the beans. What we've done is we've collected them, and I'm sorry, I had some of the bad ones here, but my mom, she likes to have a clean kitchen, she put them away. So basically what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that you have the best beans. So if you have beans that are halfway or perhaps are not the best beans, you wanna try to collect them out. Thanks God in Australia, they're usually pretty good quality, so there's not a lot of wasted.
Aquí vienen bien limpias.
Sí, sí, sí. Sí. Okay. This one.
Vamos a meterlas aquí. Hay que lavarlas bien.
So once you collected them and sort of like chose the best ones, you want to give them a quick and a good rinse just to make sure that you lose a little bit of.
And you can collect these, you can buy these sorts of beans anywhere, like at the Central Market or somewhere, or?
They actually sell it, there's a place called Gaganis, and that's the brand of Gaganis. But you actually find this brand as well in some of the Coles.
Okay.
So some of the Coles will have black beans, lentils, peas, and other things and other grains.
Okay.
And now you actually find little cans as well, almost ready to go.
All right.
But it's just giving them a quick rinse with cold water.
So is that like 1 kilo of black beans or? What's the
Sorry, what
quantity?
was that?
No, what's the quantity of black beans? Is it 1 kilo as per the ingredients?
No, at this stage, we're using just about half of a kilo because we already have, this will take a little bit of time. So for time reasons, she's already made some prior.
Okay.
So this is more for a demonstration site. If you do make a kilo of this, it's actually gonna double. So you might not want to make that much anyhow.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, so she says that what you want to do now is put about 2.5 cup of water. So you want to just cover them with some water, and that's for about half a kilo. Okay, she's going to put that in the stove. Vamos a poner en la cocina.
Tengo que echarle ajo. Una cucharadita de, ¿qué es lo que decís?
Hazlo como tú lo haces. Porque ya yo les dije que no los vamos a hacer exactamente como tú los haces. ¿Quieres que te ayude con algo más? ¿Qué quieres que haga?
Cebollita, pimentón.
That's a garlic. Okay, that's a clove of garlic.
So what she's gonna do is she's gonna put to make some flavor to the black beans or caraotas. She's putting a little bit of garlic, onions, and capsicum into the water so that they start cooking and getting a little bit of the flavor of that.
Okay. That's a garlic, capsicum, and what was that vegetable there? What was the other vegetable?
Capsicum, garlic, and onion.
Onion, okay.
And then I think in the recipe, Marielva put in there that if you add a little bit of bicarb, that actually helps with some of your gases in the tummy.
Oh,
so that
right.
you have so much gas when you eat them.
Ah, okay. Top tip, everyone. Bicarb soba makes no gassy. Okay.
And now she's going to put a little bit of cumin, just about one teaspoon.
Okay.
Cumin, it's one of the species that we use a lot in Venezuelan food.
All right, so ground cumin. Yep.
So, ¿cuánto tiempo? So basically, you want to keep them in there for about an hour. And they're going to start drying of that water, and they're going to start making a little bit of a soupy sort of syrup. So you're just going to leave them in there for about an hour. We most likely won't use those, but we'll use the ones that we've already cooked, but we'll show you anyhow.
Okay.
If the water is going too fast and it's drying too fast, just add a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
All right, what's next? Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is the chicken. Now, she's already made some of the chicken, and this is same principle as if you were gonna make like a soup, okay? So prior to this, she took 2 chicken breasts. She put them to boil in water, and she put, again, the same thing, some onions, some capsicum, some salt, and this is kind of what she was boiling it in. So when she put it in there, it was clear water, and so you can see some of the capsicum, some of the onions. we cooked with a lot of coriander and some garlic. And so the chicken was in there. Please don't get rid of this. You can actually make a beautiful chicken soup with this. And if you're sick, like Marielva, it's good to have this with a little bit, it will lift your spirit.
You can take that to Marielva afterwards, maybe.
That's the plan. But
That's the plan. Okay, good. And then empanadas for good measure.
So once the chicken is done and it's cooked, what she's going to do is she's going to shred the chicken so that you can see the piece in there, and you can do that with your hands or with 2 forks.
Esmechar.
In Spanish, that is called esmechar, shredded.
Esmechar. Esmechar. Esmechar el pollo.
So now I'll give you my tip, and this is my tip. I actually taught her that, but we're doing it traditionally here. If you have a whipping machine, just like this, you can put the 2 little things that go in there, put the chicken in a bowl, put some tablecloth under or like over, and literally just make it whip. That's gonna shred it for you in like 30 seconds.
Oh, I see, okay.
Además, esto es bastante rápido. Yo soy mejor que la máquina.
She's saying that she's better than the machine.
No, I would believe that. I'd believe that.
No, es flojera para no tener que limpiar la máquina.
Oh, because then you don't need to clean the machine afterwards. Okay.
She said, and she prefers not to have to clean the machine, so that's why she prefers this technique.
Okay, that makes sense.
La cebolla, el pimentón y ¿cómo se llama? Para ponerlas en el. ¿Cuánto quieres? Como medio pimentón de cada uno. Sí. Y cebolla. Déjame cogerlo.
All right, so basically what she's asked me to do is chop some of the capsicums and some of the onions in julienne style, so the long strips. Maybe madre. All right, so we're gonna do about half of the green and about half. So we're gonna remove the seeds. We'll give them a little bit of sauteing in a second. And so just strips, fine strips. You don't have to be perfect. Although she'll probably kill me if I don't get it perfect.
What's the word to slice? How do you say to slice in Spanish?
Tiritas?
What is it?
I'm actually not sure. I think I would say tiritas.
Tiritas.
So
Okay.
T-I-R-I-T-A-S.
Tiritas. Okay.
But if you, in Spanish, if you say Julianas, Julienne, people know what that means.
Oh, right. Okay.
Esto depende, la cebolla y la juliana y el pimentón depende de la cantidad de pollo que tengamos.
What she's saying is the amount of capsicum and onions will depend a lot on the quantity that you have for the chicken. Obviously, the more chicken you got, the more of the onions and the capsicums you need.
Okay.
¿Vamos a necesitar más?
Ya, sí, bien, ¿lo tienes que ver? Ok.
¿Te lo pico todo?
I asked this, and I've been asking this in every cooking class. I wonder, does Gloria have any particular method on how to cut an onion without crying?
¿Tienes algún método para picar la cebolla sin llorar?
Agua.
Agua.
Así es. Cuando tengas, sientas que la cebolla te está picando, te mojas las manos.
What she said is water. So when you feel that the onion is starting to make you cry, just get your wash your hands or get your hands wet.
Okay.
The other one, if you wear contact glasses or if you wear contact lenses, you won't cry.
You won't cry. All right. Guess I need to get some contact lenses then.
Yes. I really find out because sometimes I wear them or I use them, and when I'm using it, I don't cry with them.
En algunos lugares recomiendan colocar las cebollas remojadas en agua fría. In some places, there use cold water to the onion to make it cry.
Okay.
To kind of like put them inside of a bowl with cold water.
Inside in cold water, yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, take notes, everyone.
Voy a poner las cebollas
¿Vas a hacer el pollo? Sí. Y no vamos a usar eso para freírlas.
para freír.
Ok. ¿Tú me dirás?
Además, aceite.
Dime cuánto. That's just to do a little bit of the frying of the
Caramelizar.
oh god. That's to caramelize. I don't know, to make the onions brown.
Oh, caramelize. Caramelize.
Thank you, that's the word.
Caramelizar. Okay. Okay. We're browning the onions.
Normally we will wait till the oil is a little bit hotter, but that's okay if you just add them.
Yep.
Can you guys hear some of the music in the background?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe turn it up a bit louder.
How are we doing with time?
It's 1:18, 1:20 p.m.
And we have till what time?
2:30.
Okay. ¿Vas a hacer eso primero y después que les añades el pimentón?
So I think, does anyone else here want to learn some Spanish?
We can teach. She can teach you Spanish if you teach her English.
Okay. And, Ahmed, you only know how to say hola. Not to point you on the spot
hola,
like that.
senor.
But...
That's all that I know.
Say again.
I said like hola, senor. That's all
Hola,
that I know.
senor. Okay. All right. What else would you like to learn?
Necesito sal.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right.
So she's just adding a little bit of salt, and that's just just to taste.
So Ruth, can you teach us how to say hello, how are you in Spanish?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Okay. Can you guys try that one?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Have a go, Ahmed.
Could you repeat that? Hola? ¿Cómo
estás?
¿Cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias.
Perfect. That's brilliant. Uno. And you can say, me llamo, that's my name. So, me llamo Ruth. My name is Ruth.
Have a go, Ahmed. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Me llamo Ali.
Llamo.
Me llamo.
There you go.
That's it. Me llamo
Ali.
Ali. Okay.
Ahmed.
So just adding as well 1 garlic
Llamo.
cloves into
Yep.
the onions.
Okay.
Tiene que estar un poquito, o sea, como te digo, como transparente.
So the onion should start getting a little bit translucent. Not necessarily caramelized yet, but just a little bit translucent.
Mm-hmm. You can go the capsicum.
She's saying that I didn't do a good job with the capsicum because it's too big. She's gonna fire me.
She's gonna fire you.
So she's gonna let it in there for a little bit, and then after that, she's gonna put some of the chicken.
Okay.
I'll be right back. No, I just starting.
No podemos oír la música.
Music is a very important part of the recipe.
So the music.
Music is a very, very important part of the recipe.
Of course. Not real empanadas without music. There we go, sizzling away. Mmm, smells delicious. Those flavors. Mm.
I actually can tell you, it doesn't smell delicious.
It doesn't, or it does?
So just send me to the garden to get some coriander. We were trying to grow coriander.
Oh, yeah. You grow coriander at home?
It's not necessarily the easiest herb to grow, but we cook with it a lot.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot of coriander in cooking as well.
Yeah. Así, madre, sí. Okay. So she's gonna check the dough.
Okay. Lizette, you're doing a really good job with the camera angles. Thank you.
So you can see that the dough has got a little bit hard or thicker. Si la levantas, mamá, le vuelves a hacer así.
Sí, pero creo que está un poquito floja.
¿Todavía?
Para mí, ¿no? Vamos a esperar un poquito.
Okay. And a ball. Yeah.
She's saying that it's a little bit soft still, so we might wait a little bit more. If you don't have time, you can add some more of the the flour if you need to get it a little bit harder quicker.
Okay.
Le vamos a echar a esto.
Has anybody had South American food before?
Sorry?
Is it anyone like Dricia, Richard? Have you guys had any South American food before that you can think of? Anywhere from like Colombia, Argentina? You had any dishes like this?
Little bits and pieces, really. So, like, just some Brazilian, like, chicken. You know, some of those, like, spicier foods. But mainly, but usually just Mexican, Cuban stuff mostly. But.
Well, paella
Jasmina, paella is from Spain. So.
But having said that, there is something similar that we have in Venezuela, which is called arroz con pollo, which is basically rice with chicken, and it's similar to making of a paella.
Okay. That will have to be the next cooking class, maybe.
So she's putting as well a little bit of black pepper to taste.
Okay, black pepper. Yes, Jasmina, we are going to be getting the empanadas later at the MCCSA. So definitely, yes, we will be. Don't worry about that. Eduardo will be joining you at 6 o'clock. In fact, Etty, you're here as well. Hello, Etty.
So because this is the I don't know, the pot or the cast iron, it gets really hot on the handles. We normally use bombs.
I see. Is that a cast iron pan?
It's sort of like a cast iron, but this is actually called caldero in Venezuela. It's a Venezuelan one. We bought it from a Venezuelan friend. It's not exactly the same as a cast iron, but similar.
Okay. And why have you decided? Why do Venezuela? Why do you cook with this particular pan? What's the benefit of cooking with that pan as opposed to, I don't know, something else?
¿Cuál es la ventaja de cocinar con un caldero en lugar de cualquier otra cosa? It's just tradition, I suppose.
It's just a tradition? Okay. It's the way it's always been. Stop asking questions, Leonard. No, that's okay. That's all right. No, that makes sense.
All right, so she's wanting me to put some of the chicken broth into tomato paste. And we're just going to add, ¿qué tanto? And she's directing it from behind.
That looks like it would have lots of flavor.
Basically, you want to kind of dilute the tomato paste into the chicken, or with the chicken broth. Yo creo que más, madre.
So empanadas usually had at like weddings and big celebrations and things like that?
Empanadas, we usually love to eat them at breakfast time.
Okay, breakfast.
We normally go to places, for instance, as you have, you know, patties and ties and those sort of things, and we have empanadas.
Right. And so when there's a big party and maybe all of the abuelas are together, do they have like a silent competition of who cooks the best empanadas?
Always my mom.
Always your mom wins every time. Yeah, I think that's the same in many cultures. Very good. Yum. Is anyone else hungry? I'm hungry looking at that. That looks so good. I could eat that, just that. That's just the filling.
So we are most likely going to change phones. I'm going to connect with mine because Lisette is running out of
battery. Okay, all right.
Battery. So I just need to find the.
Sure.
8262.
Yum.
You can actually make this and just have a little bit of rice with it, and that's a lunch.
Mm.
Okay.
Taste test.
Just ask me to taste.
Okay. All right, we'll just change phones.
How do I put the video to you guys? Hold on.
There we go. Yeah.
I've been doing this since I was a kid.
Good. ¿Cómo está la salsa?
So she's going to put a little bit of what we call adobo to show to them.
What's that one?
It's
Adobo.
called adobo. You can find that as well in Gagani and some of the Latin. Oh yes.
Could you use Vegeta, or does it like is Vegeta a similar substitute?
Sorry, is what a similar substitute?
Vegeta? Is it similar or not really?
What's vegetal?
Vegeta is like a thing that's used. It's an all-purpose seasoning. It's very similar to that, but I'm not sure.
Basically, this is sort of like a powder with all type of different seasonings. So I would think that would work. Yes.
Okay, sure. Adobo. And whereabouts could we buy adobo?
You can buy it in Gaganis. I think Latin House as well has some.
Latino House. Okay, on Paynham Road?
Yes.
Okay, I know the one. Yeah, I think Marietta owns. Okay.
So is that this tasting?
Tengo hambre. Everyone, to say that I'm hungry, you say yo tengo hambre, or you can say tengo hambre. Delicia, do you want to have a go at saying some Spanish?
You want me to say tango badre?
Yeah, hambre.
Hambre. Okay, tango hambre.
Yeah.
Actually, my
Tengo
daughter.
hambre.
Oh, it looks really delicious. Seriously, it's lunchtime and I'm like, I've not eaten lunch.
Yeah.
So it's really tempting. My daughter's learning Spanish at school.
Great.
So she keeps saying un, dos, tres.
You can see the boiled black beans. And it's like, we might need to switch this on so you can. So it's a little bit dry, so you can see that the water is dry. So what you want to do is for the black beans to get softened. So if the water dries out too quickly, you might need to add more so that they can keep cooking and getting soft and soft.
Yeah.
She's gonna add up maybe about ¿cuánto? Una tacita, dos tacitas? Maybe about, she's gonna put another cup of water in there. So basically the chicken, it's pretty much done. She's put it, she's switched off the stove. It's just there just to keep warm, but it's pretty much done. Okay, so now we're gonna make all right, so what we're gonna do, tenemos una hora todavía. ¿Cómo estamos de tiempo? ¿Qué consideras que hacemos? ¿Hacemos una guasacaca entonces? Cuando está friendo, yo las hago. Okay. So what we're gonna do is most likely we're gonna start with some of the empanadas.
Algunas personas consideran que el material del caldero, al ser generalmente de hierro, incide en la temperatura de cocción de la comida y el tiempo necesario para la cocción. Okay. Por eso prefieren su uso tradicionalmente antes otras ollas de acero o de aluminio. What does that mean?
Let me see if I can help. What does it say?
Royman Aliva. Some people
So,
consider...
Royman, it's a friend who is actually in Venezuela, and he's, what time is it over there? It's like, I don't know, midnight?
Yes, midnight.
Oh my God. Royman, that is dedication.
So basically it says that some people think that the caldero, which is the little bowl that we're cooking in,
Okay.
it's normally from iron, so similar to a cast iron, and because of the iron gets really hot, it actually helps the food, the cooking of the food, and it helps on the time that you need for them to be cooked. But a lot of people prefer lighter materials such as aluminium instead of iron.
Okay, I see. So
Thanks,
it's the actual...
Roy.
Thanks, Royman.
And how do I get...
You're welcome.
Close. All right.
So, out of curiosity, is Venezuelan Spanish? There's Castellano, and then is Venezolano. Is that like a particular dialect? Is there like some really Venezuelan words, or is it just Spanish? Like typical Venezuelan style Spanish, or not really?
We do have traditional Venezuelan words like chévere.
Oh, you said yeah, chévere. Okay.
As any country, we have a slang. So.
Okay. Can you teach us some slang?
Sure. Chévere means cool.
Cool. Okay.
Like good. Or we just say much
chévere. Okay. Chévere. All right.
All right. So she's gonna start making some empanadas. Now, if you don't have this machine at home, it is fine. You can actually do this by hand. You can do it with two chopping boards. So it doesn't mean that you need this at home to make them, okay? What would be helpful to have is some sort of plastic. And this is just basically your normal a plastic bag that she's cut, okay? Okay, so she's telling that she needs a space. Okay,
ahorita vamos a hacer unas bolitas para después hacerlas, aplastarlas aquí y hacer las empanadas.
So we're gonna start making the little balls.
Mhm.
That's why she wanted some space so she can put them somewhere. I'm just gonna get the baby over here. Which is obviously not just to have it's not just to have an audience in her kitchen.
Yeah, not every day that this happens. So.
So she asked me to put some green foil.
Mhm.
Tengo que echarle un poquitito más de harina para que la veo muy aguada.
So she's saying that it's a little bit too soft, so I'm just adding a little bit of more flour.
Mm-hmm. It's all measuring with the heart.
She said un pelito. That means a little hair.
Wait, un what?
Pelito.
Un pelito.
A little, so like basically
A strand of hair.
Yeah. So un pelito means just a little bit.
Okay. Un pelito más.
So that's a slang when you want to say a little bit, just un pelito.
Un pelito, okay. Now that texture is looking very good.
In Dominican Republic, say un chin, un chin.
Un chin.
Un chin.
Un
A
chin,
little
un
bit.
chin. Okay, okay. Un chin.
How do they say it in Peru? Un poquito.
Tantico. Tantico.
No más tantito, un tantito nomás.
Tantito, okay.
In Mexico, so they use tantico.
Ah, we're going everywhere in South America now. Eduardo, whereabouts were you from again?
I'm from Chile.
Well, how do they say it in Chile?
Well, un poquito.
Un poquito? Okay, okay. Un poquito, tantito, un pelito. It's such a cute language.
The Spanish in Latin America, the closer you get to the end of Latin America,
Mm-hmm.
Chile, the worse the Spanish gets.
The worse the Spanish gets.
Yes. You know, the Venezuelans, the Peruvians, Colombians, they actually speak and use the language.
Okay. They speak proper Spanish.
Yeah. The Chileans and the Argentinians, it's pretty bad actually.
What do they speak? Like Arabic or something?
A little influence, especially in Argentina.
Okay. All right, so now we're rolling up into bowls. So each one of those bowls will be one empanada.
So what was that?
Cada uno de esos bowls, will they be one empanada?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay,
each one of those little bowls will be one.
Okay.
Ah, espera.
Mm.
So it is an art to make these little bowls. I tell you, it's not that easy as it looks.
It's not easy as that looks.
But they don't have to be perfect. That's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In Italian, we have a similar thing to empanadas. We call them panzerotti. We usually have them at Easter as well. They're filled with, sometimes we might put tuna, onion, olives, and other things like that. And that's usually had at Easter.
Nice.
It's very
So it's
similar.
It's like something filled with aceitunas and olive.
Yeah.
And just, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I think does They have, do you sometimes duck in them as well?
Sorry?
What's it called? It's called something.
Calzone?
Eh?
Calzone. That's it.
No. It's what's it called? Hold on. Gazon. Yeah. Gazon. Yeah.
So I think that's an Italian one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's bigger.
Oh no, gazon.
Oh, cazón, the shark.
Yes.
Little shark,
Yes.
cazón.
So empanadas, normally you can fill in with pretty much anything. So we have chicken, shredded meat, minced meat, cazón, which is baby shark. You can do the ones that we're gonna do with the black beans, and you can do cheese. So yes, I think it's pretty much, normally what happens with empanadas at home is that you've cooked some of the black beans or some of the chicken, and then you have some leftovers, and you basically make empanadas with the leftovers.
Okay, so never waste anything.
Yes. So you would probably not make everything that we're doing just to make empanadas. It's just, as I said, it's just the leftovers of something, and then you make empanadas with.
I see. Qué chévere.
No, esa perolita no me la quites, que es con la que voy a hacer las empanadas.
So what she wants is to drain a little bit of the chicken, because as you see, it's a little bit saucy. And so what she wants is to get some of that sauce out, because otherwise the empanadas will get too soaked. So what I'm going to do is get some of that sauce out. And don't waste that. If you like bread, you can always soak the bread in there.
I'm so excited for this afternoon.
Tenedor lo tenía por aquí.
All right, what she's gonna do now. Okay, so these are the previous black beans that we had before and that we've cooked before. Para que se vean un poco.
Oh, I see.
All right, so what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna make what is called domino.
Domino.
Aquí está Angela. El dominó es queso y caraota.
Okay, cheese. It's a type of cheese.
Cheese and beans.
Okay, cheese and beans. Yum.
No sé si me lo dejo tan pequeñas para las caraotas.
So this is just feta, and we've shredded the feta.
Okay.
You want to use the hard feta, not the soft one.
Right. Oh, I see. Look, and that's
no. Okay. So we'll show you the next one because she was too fast for us. But basically, she put one of the little balls in there, and then she flattened the ball. And you can see how it's just going to look.
Oh, that's so helpful. You can make dumplings. You can make everything with that.
Yes. So as I mentioned to you before, if you don't have this little equipment, you can make them by hand.
Yeah.
Or you can use two boards, just like a chopping board and this.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. That's good.
Now she's gonna put.
¿De dónde podemos comprarlo? Wait, how do I say? No, damn it, what's the word? Venderlo?
Gaganis. I think we need to get Gaganis being a sponsor of this. That's what she's saying, that we need to charge Gagani for the advertisement that we're making to them.
Yeah, maybe.
I actually think this one, she brought it with her a long time ago and then she left it here from Venezuela.
Okay.
I know a few friends who have actually made something similar out of just chopping boards.
Oh, right.
And some, you know, so once you fill it in the middle, then she's gonna cut it with a bowl.
Wow. That's master chef. That's years of experience. No.
Saying that the dough is too soft. It shouldn't crack just like that. It needs to be a little bit harder. Okay, so she's probably gonna fix the.
No problem. I'm happy to eat. Help you. I'll eat the failed ones. No problem.
No, it's not a fama. She's saying that's not good because that's a bad reputation.
No, it's okay.
Lamento, pero voy a tener que volverlas.
So what she's going to try to do now is, again, mix them up so that she can make it harder. So all of the little balls, all she's doing is mixing them up again. And we'll add
Right.
some more flour, just about half a cup or so. So as you can see, this is not really an exact science, and it's very difficult to say a recipe for it because it really is just trial and error, even for the most experienced people.
It's measuring with your heart.
Yes.
Lo hubiese hecho como mí. Oye, no he probado la masa, Estela. ¿Qué te gusta?
It asked me to taste, and again, because I'm her taster, I'm just gonna do this. Oh! It's a bit too sweet for my taste, but actually empanadas need to be a little bit sweeter.
A little bit, okay.
Esta dulcita está sabrosa. Les decía que para mi gusto está un poquito más dulce, pero que empanadas generalmente tienen que ser un poco más dulces.
En Venezuela le echan plátano.
In Venezuela, she's saying some people will actually put some of that sweet plantain and they will add it and mix it with the dough as well to give it that little bit of a sweetness.
Okay.
¿Cómo está ahora?
Royman says, el nombre de dominó para esta empanada proviene de los colores blanco y negro del relleno, queso y caraota, emulando los colores de las piezas del dominó.
Exactly, very good, thank you. That's exactly right.
¿En inglés?
Dominoes, it's those the table game that people use and that they play with the hold on, I have a piece here somewhere.
Jasmine says, I bet there's a lot of love that goes into that.
Azurita.
Show you the picture because it's easier. So, Domino's?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'll just get it back. Let's try that again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So because it's black and white, and the carotas will make the black, and the cheese will make the white.
The white,
That's why the empanadas are called Domino's.
Domino. Okay, okay. Makes sense.
Bolita, una bolita.
So she's going to make again the little round balls.
Mm-hmm.
Un poquito más grande que una bolita de golf.
So she's saying a bit bigger than a golf ball.
Okay. Gloria, mi amiga Jasmina, ella dice que ella crea que hay mucho amor en esos empanadas.
Es verdad.
Sí.
Me gusta mucho cocinar.
Es la verdad.
It's the truth. She really likes to cook and cook them.
Okay.
So there's a lot of love, definitely. So as you saw, that basically the ball was there, and then as you put it in, she just makes them flat.
Yo la aplasto como 3 veces para que cuadre, ¿no? Se haga redondita.
So she said that she does it about 3 times, so that it flattens it every time.
Right.
And every time she twists it around so that it tries to flatten it as evenly as possible and as round as possible.
Ponemos el aceite.
Hacemos dominó.
Eso. De ver cómo están, pero están duras.
Eduardo, we have to take photos together with the empanadas tonight. So,
Yeah, the Chilean empanadas are a bit
Las
different.
chilenas,
Oh, they're
las
different.
empanadas
Okay.
chilenas son más rápidas.
Yum.
Looks yummy though.
And they're big as well. They look like one could be a meal.
Normally you will have about maybe 2 or 3.
2 or
and that
3.
would be normally enough. I've known people who eat 6 of them.
Wow. Yeah, same. Me too. So, yeah. That when that is nice and cooked. No cracks as well. That's perfect.
Beans, and they're still a little bit hard, so I'm going to add more water.
Okay.
Esta sí está bien. Esta no se rompió. Okay.
Jasmina says that is a sexy empanada.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
In Venezuela, I can usually say that there are no problem that receives 3 empanadas and a beer. No hay problema que se resista a comerse 3 empanadas y una cerveza. Se pasa.
well, actually, I would easily have 3 empanadas, but not a beer, but a malta. A malta is something
Maybe.
similar to.
Oye, dale agua, por favor. Ni siquiera. ¿Debes tomar agua?
My mom is saying that Lisa needs to drink some water.
Papelón.
But she's gonna taste the empanadas after all.
Esta la voy a hacer de queso solamente.
So this one, she's gonna make it just cheese.
Okay.
And that's just cheese, just as to demonstrate that you can pretty much put anything, again, sort of like leftovers or something. So just, you know, add cheese. As I said, this one is the hard feta and it's shredded.
Okay.
Vamos a ponerle una marquita.
Okay, so she's basically gonna mark them a little. You don't have to, but she's gonna create a little bit of a mark for this one, that's so that we know when the cheese or what the cheese ones are. Ponle la marquita, pues, ¿qué quieres?
Bueno. Queso.
Qué bueno.
So she's basically put that little thing in there so that we know that that's cheese. You don't have to, but that's just an easy way to them knowing instead of having to buy them all.
Yeah. Oh no, what a nightmare.
Exactly. And so she's gonna add chicken now? Pollo?
No, voy a hacer dos de queso y después de pollo.
Okay. So she's gonna make 2 cheese ones first, and then she's gonna do 2 chicken. And in the meanwhile, I've just put some oil to heat or to get warm so that we can put the empanadas and fry the empanadas. So that's just getting some warmth through the oil at the moment. I'm just gonna add a tiny piece of the dough that will tell us later when it starts seasoning or boiling.
Okay.
Wanna give it a go?
¿Sabes lo que voy a hacer? Una sin el aparato este para que vean.
Okay, so she's gonna make one without the equipment so that you guys can see how you would do it if you don't have it.
No, déjalo ahí. Lo voy a hacer ahí.
She's gonna make them by hand this time, so she's gonna flatten them by hand. Just using her hand just to, you know, make it flat as possible.
En el envolplar es más fácil.
So she said that you can also use some of the clean foil instead of that plastic bag. So she's wet. She put some water in her hand just as to wet the hands, so that it's easier for her to slide. You want to get them as flat as possible, so not too thick. Especially Venezuelans will be very particular about the thickness. If it's too thick, it's most likely not a very good empanada.
Yum. I'll just take some photos as well.
Funny enough, guys, I love to eat empanadas. I've actually never made one.
Oh, right.
I've tried once and I miserably failed at it.
Jasmina's heading off. Thanks, Jasmina. We'll try them later. Yum.
So just maybe a little bit of a dent on top so that we know that that's the chicken one. And you would do this, for instance, if you have people coming to your house and they might not necessarily be, you know,
vegan or vegetarian, right?
Exactly. So that at least, you know, they can safely eat something that is not gonna damage anything, I suppose, for them.
Por supuesto, esto es muy rápido y con la mano queda más bonita.
Sorry guys, I don't have a clock, so what time is it?
2:06.
Muy duro.
Entonces, las manos expertas de la cocinera permiten que el grosor de la masa sea el indicado. Si la masa quedara muy delgada, pudiese romperse al momento de freírla.
Yes, so basically you want them to be thin enough so that when you taste the empanada, it's nice and it has that dough in it, but it's not too much.
Right.
But you don't want it to be too thin that then it breaks. Okay. So it is again that trial and error, and that's why I failed miserably.
Practice. I think we'll all be practicing after this.
Hay que hacerle esto para sellarlo.
So you want to, when you put them together, you want to, you know, try to do like this to close them off before you cut them.
Pero las empanaderas hacen en el envolplas con 5 a la vez.
There is a video in YouTube of professional empanada people that make empanadas who makes about 10 at the time. That's really seriously empanada making.
I think this is beautiful empanada making as well.
Okay, so she's saying that we need more oil. Empanadas are not the healthiest thing, so if you're in a diet, it takes a lot of oil.
That's okay.
As you can see, there's a lot of oil, a little wok in there. Okay, so she's gonna try with one and see how it goes. And you might need to put more. ¿Quieres que ponga la que está rota?
Déjame hacerte una de las que no está rota. ¿De qué? ¿De qué rebota?
Yeah. So this is the empanada. This is how it looks. It's actually a good texture. It won't break even if I do this. And then I'm sure I put it into the oil. The oil I can only tell you is too cold. That's actually the right temperature. I hate doing that.
You hate doing that? Here we go.
¿Quieres que ponga otra? Sí, claro. Okay. So I'm again gonna do another one now that I like to do that. I'm gonna try to move it so that I can. So I'll tell you one secret that I've learned. If you ever get your fingers in there, a lot of people say just put water for 10 minutes. When you dry yourself of oil, just don't do anything. Be a big boy or a big woman, and just let it, because it's so.
Okay, so if you get an oil burn, don't put water on it.
Not with oil, maybe anything else, but not with oil.
Okay.
I want them to separate, I don't want them necessarily together. I'm not ready yet, but you will see that they are already starting to look like powder. ¿La volteas, madre? Sí, ¿no la volteas? Yo le volteo, pero yo le pongo un tenedor al lado. Okay. Bueno, voltear así. So, when you flip them over, once they're sort of like starting to cook, over.
Okay. Oh, you can see they're getting nice and golden brown as well.
Yes. So they don't take a lot of time in the oil. Because remember that everything is already sort of cooked. So the canolas or the black beans are already cooked. Chicken is already cooked. Cheese is normally, in any case, well, it's not cooked, but you want to kind of a little bit melt it in there. Tienes que dejarlo un poquito más porque parece que se está. Lo bajo. Lo pusiste en aceite. So what I'm doing is the oil is too hot. Basically, that's what she said. So I've put the temperature down a little bit.
Okay.
Because otherwise they will burn before they actually nicely get golden. ¿Dónde la pones? En un plato. O en la tabla. Estoy usando para what she's gonna do now, she's gonna get some paper towel and she's gonna put it on a plate so that when we get the empanadas out of the oil, we let them drain a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna leave them a little bit longer so that they get a little bit crispier, but they're pretty much done now.
Okay.
Mami, me pidió empezar con la guasacaca. Okay. So she's gonna now show you how to quickly make guasacaca. That's because we now need the empanadas with a little bit of sauce. So it is going to be noisy because you use the blender.
Are there many ingredients in the guasacaca?
There is a fair bit, but what you want is mostly herbs. So you will be using things like coriander, parsley, some celery, avocado, onion. So she'll show you the ingredients as she goes. Ella dijo que limón. ¿Cómo se ve? Apio. Apio España. That's celery, so just a little bit of fish. Sorry. Está muy alto para
That's the celery, yep.
Celery. No sé tanto.
¿Cómo se dice en español?
Apio España.
Apio España.
Sí, Apio España. Sí. You can also say celery as well.
Esto es cebollín.
Oh, okay, spring onion.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, garlic cloves,
cebolla.
onion,
Onion.
lots of onion.
Pimentón.
Mm-hmm.
Some green capsicum. You want to use green?
Y
Is that white onion or brown onion? Or does it matter?
cebollín. No.
No, sorry. What did you ask, Lenard?
Es importante si la cebolla es marrón o blanco.
Preferible blanca.
Blanco.
White.
Okay, okay. All right, so white onion.
Y pepa de ojo.
So by vinaigrette or white vinegar, just put a little bit of that. She didn't measure it, so it's just to give that moisture
Okay.
for the thing to get oil. I think it is.
Was that vinegar? Was it?
Sorry?
What was the liquid?
Just white vinegar.
Oh, white vinegar. Okay.
Media cucharada de sal.
Mm-hmm.
Just about half a teaspoon of salt.
Black pepper.
Sí. Sí. Hacerme aceite. Bueno, aunque lleva, tú sabes que el aguacate. Sí.
Salud.
Gracias. Thank you, Tricia. Can anyone else hear the blender? I can't hear the blender.
La guasacaca de nosotros lleva. ¿Cómo se
Okay.
llama eso, Estela?
¿Coriander?
No. Ay, Dios mío, si me acuerdo. El casabe.
Oh, yes. So in Venezuela, we also add something called casabe, which is a little bit something made out of cassava. It's kind of like a flattened bread that is made out of cassava.
Okay.
We would add that as well to these in Venezuela, but you cannot find that in here, unfortunately. Not here. It's one of my favorite things to eat, but yeah.
Yum.
Such as, then I'm gonna add some avocado in there as well.
Looks really nice.
3 avocado.
Just putting 3 avocados. So avocados in Venezuela are also very
They are very.
Un kilo.
big. So in here they're tiny in comparison to
Oh, they're
the
huge.
avocado size in Venezuela.
Okay.
Está un poquito duro.
So how are we doing this time, guys?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Good. We'll show you then how the empanadas eat.
Tenemos 10 minutos.
Yum.
Wow. Yeah.
So once again, whatever you have leftovers in your home, you can make empanadas with.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to cook anything especially for it.
Delicious.
Se me va a poner muy aguado. ¿Quieres probarlo? Yo creo que le falta sal. Just ask me if I want to taste.
You jump at the chance for that. Say yes. See. Yum. How is it? Yum. Ah.
Yeah. Me gusta probar. Sal. A little bit, and maybe a little bit of capsicum, but it's actually quite good. Oh, good, good. That was good. No le diste nada. Le echo más pimienta y un poquito de pimienta, un poquito de sal, pero no mucho.
What do you hear about Cazón's empanada?
What was that?
Leonard.
Say again, Roman.
Leonard asking about empanadas de Cazón. What you hear about empanadas de Cazón? ¿Qué has escuchado sobre las empanadas de Cazón?
Oh, empanada de cazón. Yeah.
So, I mean, we do eat baby sharks. It's very common in Venezuela. And empanadas de cazón are possibly one of the most popular type of empanadas that we got.
Yum. I'll have to try. I love seafood, so I'm not opposed. I'll have to go to Venezuela and try it.
There is something similar in here. So you know what you call your what's that called?
¿Qué cosa?
Flathead? No.
Oh, flathead. Yeah, flathead.
I think that's one that is, I think that's a shark as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So that you can make something similar.
Yum.
Se parece a la, ¿cómo es? Guacamole.
Guacamole, yeah.
Similar to guacamole, but it tastes totally different. It doesn't have tomato and it doesn't have chili.
Right.
Oh, no tenemos chile. Si fuera más.
Es guasacaca de las manos expertas.
Some of the empanadas.
Yum! Oh my god! Oh my god, yum! I need to take a photo. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'll take a photo. And I need with the guasacaca inside as well. Beautiful. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
So now, what you will do is you grab a little serviette. Oh, and this drink, it's made out of sugar cane and lemon. And it's again, it's called papelón con limón, which is a traditional drink in Venezuela. And it's again, it's sugar cane, some water, of course, and just lemon. And if I were to put it in a glass, shake, by the way. Let me just maybe give it a shake. It will look a little bit brown. It's nice and sweet, but it also had some lemon in it, and so it's a very refreshing drink. All right.
Yum.
So I'm gonna have a cheese one.
Ah.
So when you eat it,
have it with the guasacaca. Cómelo con la guasacaca, por favor. Yum. Oh my God, I can't deal.
And so, oh
Yum.
my God. It's good. I'm in heaven.
Yum.
She doesn't want to taste. She likes them a little bit cold. This is too hot for her. But we
Okay,
need Lisa to try it.
that's okay. Oh.
What would you like? Would you like chicken, domino? Chicken? That's chicken, and I'll hold that so that you can taste it. I'm gonna flip it.
Yeah. Hello. Hola.
So
Yum.
that's hot.
Yes. Ah. Yes.
Try a little inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a little bit of the chicken inside in there.
My mouth is watering. My mouth is watering so much.
Definitely, you need to make
Yes.
this live.
With the guasacaca.
There we go.
God. Yes.
Is it the first empanadas, Venezuelan empanadas that you eat? Oh, there we go.
Oh my God. Can I have a photo of you biting into it with the eyes at the camera? Okay, with the guasacaca. Ready? And a big one, big bite. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. Ah, yeah, and perfect. Ah, I'm so jealous. Oh my God. Ideal.
Paso to eat empanadas. Lenard need to go to the next paso to eat empanadas.
Yes, please. Someone invite me. Oh no.
Un poquito más para que se vea el domino.
¿Cómo está, Gloria?
Muy bueno.
So
Muy
here you
bueno.
can see that it has the black of the caraotas of black beans and the cheese.
Yeah.
Tenemos que mandarle María.
Oh my, I'm so hungry. Ah. Okay, that was amazing. Everyone, can you please unmute your microphones really quick?
Tienen que probarla y hacerla. Y me invitan.
Okay, everyone, can we please have a round of applause for our chefs, Gloria, and Ruth, and Lisa?
Bye-bye.
She said that you guys have to try it, make them, but you need to invite her.
Yes, we will, absolutely. Oh, that's amazing. No, thank you.
Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for inviting us, Lenard, to participate in this. It's been an honor to show the community how to make something that is so close to our hearts. It's lovely to collaborate again with organizations such as LASSA, the MCCSA, and Rotaract. So thank you for the invite. And thank you for giving my mom a time. And thank you because she's now made empanadas for me.
Oh, that's so lovely. That is so lovely. All right, I'll just cancel the spotlight video. We'll go back to gallery view. Everyone, if it's okay, can we do a big group photo? Can we do a photo? Okay. If you have your camera, just put your camera on. And Lizette, even if you want to get in the photo as well?
Yeah, come here.
There we go. Okay. All right. And we'll do a photo in
Muchas
3,
gracias.
Yeah, everybody's empanadas.
Empanadas.
Okay, beautiful. No worries, and I've got the photo. Fantastic. I'll just save that. Empanadas. Perfect. All right, everyone. Ruth, Lizeth, and Gloria, muchas gracias de todos de nosotros at Rotaract. We're really, really happy. Thank you as well to Eduardo for collaborating with LASSA and for the Venezuelan community for being so involved. Thank you all of our guests, and as well for Royman as well for your insight into Ven culture and everything that's so authentic and so beautiful and rich about Venezuelan cuisine, culture, and the flavors of such a beautiful country. So thank you everyone so much for being involved. Our next Rotaract cooking class will hopefully be the Pacific Islands Council of South Australia. We're going to be going to Oceania. We're hopefully going to be getting a Pacific Islander community involved. We might be doing Fiji, Kiribati, or some other culture. So until then, stay tuned, follow us on Facebook, and we'll be in touch very soon. Now, this Rotaract cooking class will also be on YouTube. We'll be sure to publish the ingredients and the recipe and the YouTube link as well once it's all published. So we look forward to seeing you next time, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. That's pretty much it. Thanks, everyone. Nos vemos. Ciao. Muchas gracias. And enjoy those empanadas for us. See you.
We will.
Bye.
Thanks,
Eduardo,
everyone.
I'll see you this afternoon.
Yep. Bye, too.
Ciao.